All right, so we're here with Louis Fiset, 3-4-time football O-Lineman of the year, absolute stud. Started since he's been at Dal. Obviously very grateful to have you as our center on this team. So why don't you tell us a little bit about kind of your football journey?
Yeah, first of all, I'm really honored to be here. I'm really honored to have this chat with you, Dre, and it means a lot to me to be able to have this platform to talk about stuff. So I started playing football in 2012. I think I was about 8 years old. I played in Ottawa. It's a lot more common to play for local clubs, and I played for the Myers Riders growing up, and I played for them for a long time and played for a couple different teams in high school, but mostly community-based football because that's really what's common in Ottawa. My high school didn't have any sort of high school football program, so community-based was really the way to go, and made really, really good connections over the years. But yeah, and then came here to Dal, and it's been a fantastic journey ever since. So.
Louis, tu viens d'Ottawa, c'est une place qui est bilingue vraiment.
Ouais.
Peux-tu parler un petit peu du choc culturel de venir à une place qui est vraiment unique, anglophone?
Ouais, donc j'étais vraiment élevé dans une maison bilingue vraiment, et puis dans une maison assez francophone aussi. Donc c'est quelque chose venir ici, puis je peux parler avec mes amis de la maison, tu sais, je peux incorporer des mots français dans mon langage, mais ici, tu sais, j'ai commencé ma première année en résidence, et puis je disais des mots que le monde ne connaissait pas du tout, qu'est-ce que je disais, tu sais, donc c'était quelque chose, c'était vraiment un choc, et puis, tu sais, je m'ennuie pas mal, j'appelle mon père de la maison, tu sais, puis on se parle toujours en français, puis j'adore, tu sais, avoir ma famille francophone visiter, puis pouvoir les parler en français parce que c'est juste rafraîchissant, tu sais, ça me donne des mémoires de la maison, donc ouais, c'était juste intéressant. Et puis, tu sais, s'il y a des recrues francophones qui viennent, s'il vous plaît, parle-moi en français parce que j'aime bien ça.
Ouais, puis on a deux coachs O-line francophone aussi, moi et Sean McIntyre.
Ouais, exactement, mais c'est comme j'adore avoir l'opportunité de parler en français des fois au workout. Donc, ouais, j'adore avoir des francophones sur l'équipe. Donc, s'il y a des recrues francophones, tu peux quand même considérer Dalhousie, même si c'est une université anglophone.
Ouais. And then in terms of like the football community in Ottawa, talk us a little bit about that. What's football like in Ottawa?
I mean, it's intense. I mean, there's it's really competitive. Like having those community-based teams, you know, you're playing with guys, you know, from your neighborhood, guys that, you know, you go to school with and that you spend a lot of time with, and, you know, there's kind of crosstown rivalries and that form, and it's a lot of fun. It's a good area, and it's like I would recommend it to any young player growing up, like play those community-based teams. It's a really good environment.
Right, and then like, you know, coming from Ottawa, obviously Dal's a little far from here. You're coming out east and stuff. Can you walk us through kind of the decision making as to why you ended up choosing Dal?
Well, really, this is the only option I could have played football for, and I just kind of wanted to keep the dream alive. Like, I remember one of my goals from a young age was I just told myself I was going to play university football, and I was going to make that happen, you know, however I could. And really the option was to stay home and, you know, kind of be comfortable, or get out of my shell, come to Dal, play football, and extend the dream. And I'm really happy I did. And Halifax is such an awesome city to be in, and I've been really privileged to be here. And I don't know, I've had tons of great experiences here. So
yeah. So why don't we talk a little bit about your experience at Dal? Like what's some highlights for you since you've been here?
Oh man, just I don't know. It's crazy going into my fourth year next year, just the amount of connections I've made with the guys from the team. It's just such a good environment to be in during the fall, and like it extends during the winter. Like it's not just a family in the fall. Like you don't just hang out with those guys in the fall. It's a year-round thing.
Right.
And I've just had great, you know, I can think of times going out with my guys, and it's a ton of fun, and just getting involved. Like there's so many great ways to get involved at Dal overall. So, and you're just motivated because I'm away from home. I got nothing else to do. You know, I'll get involved.
Yeah. So talk about involvement. You're a student trainer for some of the other athletic teams at Dal. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah. So I'm lucky enough in my second year. Started my second year. I started with the Dal men's hockey team as a student trainer. I've now worked my way up to being a co-head trainer of the team, and it's a blast. I love my trainer team, and I love the guys on the hockey team, and it's really fun being able to be in the rink with them day in, day out, and being able to like kind of have a second family that I, you know, go to in the mornings that I go to in the winter, and being able to go on the road with them, being able to, experience like different crowds, like in the AUS, it's unreal. It's a great experience, and it's a really good learning experience from an injury management standpoint, because you get really, hockey is a high contact sport, and aside from football, has the highest variety of injuries you can see. So really good experience from a kin standpoint, from a kin student. So yeah.
And then in terms of like, obviously it's quite the cool experience to be able to be a trainer and then also play on a team. How's managing that in terms of your time and stuff?
Yeah, it's crazy in the fall. It's tell my friends about it all the time. It's just a crazy, fiasco of time management, but it's two things I love. Like it's so hard for me to, complain about having to go from practice in the morning to class during the day to practice, and then having that repeat, and then games during the weekend. But I love what I do. Right. So it's like, it comes to me so easily to just, it comes to me so naturally to have that busy schedule. And I love staying busy. Right. I'm just a person that can't twiddle my thumbs. So I love being involved in school overall. So,
and then in terms of like how, obviously it's a lot of stuff on the go. How is football, like the schedule, it's allowed you to do that? Would that be fair to say?
For sure. Right. Yeah. And that's one thing I feel so lucky about Dal with, is that you have that time to get involved, and you have that time to, participate in extracurriculars, and, it's just, it allows you, and the practice schedule during the week, it allows you to just expand what you do at the school overall, and it allows you to focus on school as well. Like that's an important part of things too. People don't talk about it. But, you got to focus on school, but the schedule really allows you to do that. And that's what I love about Dal football. And it's unique. And, I hear experiences about other people, and they would not have the opportunity to do what I do. So, yeah.
And then obviously like our schedule is not super stringent, but like what's it like in terms of like, your coaching, your support? Is there stuff that you like about the program that you'd want to talk about?
Oh man, there's so much I love about the program. And as an offensive lineman, I feel super lucky that I've got you, I've got Coach Matt Zwicker, I've got Coach Sean McIntyre, I've got Coach O'Neill, just O-line background guys that, are littered in the coaching staff. And it's just a dream come true as an O-lineman. And I think that's what's, been able to develop me into the kind of player I am now. It's just, I have constant feedback from you guys, and, the film sessions through the practices. It's just, it's fantastic having an O-line kind of staff. So yeah, it's really helped me kind of get to my full potential. And
talk about your full potential. I'm not sure. You've got so many that I don't know if I'm going to misquote this. I think you've got 3 AFL All-Stars, 3 Offensive Linemen of the Year for the team. Tell us a little bit about your successes here. Obviously, like pretty humble guy, but let's talk a little bragging here.
Well, I could brag, but it's really like a group thing. Yeah, like it genuinely is, and that as an O-line standpoint, it's since I've gotten here, the O-line group has always been so closely knit, and I'm lucky to have that recognition. But it's just about the group. Like Mitch has been here for, my whole time here. And, guys like Cal and Liam in my first year, like really good leaders. Like I feel like I kind of based my game off of them, like going into my second and third year. So it's just the surrounding cast, and, guys that are so uplifting every day. Like I can't, I can be humble, but like, it's just like, it's the guys, it's the guys around me that make the difference. So.
And you've been a guy who's been a leader and a captain, I think, for most of the time you've been here. Talk to us a little bit about the team culture here and how that is.
It's great, and it's a very supportive culture, because it's, it's guys that we're not necessarily at a youth sports level, but it's guys that, there's a lot of guys that want to make that jump. So everyone's very supportive of each other, and it's one thing I love about here is that, the leadership is always just, it's just gelled. Like the team is especially, like I think it's developed from my first year into my third year. Like the fourth years are not isolated from the first years. Everyone's together, everyone's intermingled, and it's great. Like I feel like there's a really good leadership culture, and like especially you as head coach, like it's only going to go up.
You were in a unique position last year or the year before, where you were both the captain on the team and also the team's club president. There's obviously some interplay between the executive and the team. Want to explain a little bit how that goes?
No doubt, yeah. So Dal football is an interesting club in which, it used to be a lot more player-based, in which the players ran the team, but now it's a really good hybrid of non-player executive members and player executive members. I was really fortunate to be president my second year, and it's a really great opportunity. If you're more on the sports management side, the more, you know, kind of marketing, more game day operations side, if that really interests you, it's a really cool opportunity to be able to have. And they're always looking for help, and there's always hands to be able to be had in that. So I really enjoyed being president, and it's just a really unique opportunity, and really enjoyed my time with it.
So yeah, you're a big music guy. Always Louis bumping something in the headphones too loud and a little scared for his ear damage. But
Yeah.
give us some of your top hits for pregame.
Yeah, man. I mean, a lot of the guys will say this, but I'm always dialed before the game. Like, I need to have my headphones. I need to have my own music on, you know, and it just gets me in the right headspace. But it really depends on the day. Like, I'm a big Future guy. I love Future, but there's other days I'll listen to Bob Dylan. There's other days I'll, you know, listen to Burna Boy. I'll listen to some modern baseball even before games, like on some real mellow stuff. So it really depends on how I'm feeling that day. Yeah, I don't know. It's a huge variety, but sometimes I like to turn up, and sometimes I'm more in a winding down mood, and it's really random. It'll be before the most important games where I just want to wind down a little, but you know, guys will testify. I'm just in my corner, headphones on, just looking straight at a corner, and I don't know. That's my element before the game.
So it's fair to say you're not on aux for the boys.
Not at all.
Never.
Never.
They don't want to listen to Bob Dylan before the game.
Well, that's the thing. Is just, you know, I feel like the young guys are much more tapped into, you know, what's going on. Like, I feel like I am tapped into it, but I'm just not. And especially, like, you know, the O-linemen don't get the aux. You know, we're the big boys. It's not our place. Anywho.
Still sad to this day the O-linemen never get the aux.
But
right. So last year coming up, a little bit mellow, you know, a little happy, a little bit sad on that point. What's plans afterwards? What are we thinking, Louis?
Yeah, I mean, really, I want to do a master's of physiotherapy. That's, you know, a lot of the career path of people in kin. They, you know, don't really have much to do with just a degree in kin. So really want to get my master's done after that, and I'd love to do it in physio. You know, but that's a really hard program to get into. So I've been thinking of maybe, you know, taking a year or two off and trying to see if I can keep the football dream alive somewhere like Europe, somewhere where maybe you've played. And yeah, trying to get recruited for that right now. And yeah, that's all. The ultimate goal is to get my master's degree, but the longer I can extend the football dream, the better. So
for sure.
Yeah.
Louis going international with it.
Oh man,
loving it.
You know, that'd be lovely.
That'd be cool. All right, man. Well, really appreciate you coming by, talking football, talking Dal, talking your experience here. Obviously, you know, you've had a great career here. You got one more year of, you know, showing us how good you are as well. You know, very, very happy with how you've came here, have progressed, have led the team. Super stoked to see what you're doing in your last year, and then obviously what you're going to do with post grad and what you're going to be up to, maybe hopefully in Europe. But but I really appreciate that, Dre. All right,
and I'm really looking forward to having you as head coach next year.
Appreciate that. Right, cool. All right. You know, you're a big music guy. It's always Louis on the aux. Give us a little bit of, you know, some of the behind the mind. You know what I mean? Of what? Which way should we go with that? That didn't make sense.
No. Don't say I'm on the aux, because I'm never on the aux.
Why not? You're never on the aux?
I listen to Bob Dylan before.
That's crazy. All right. We'll get something else. Okay.